what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Crown Hyundai in St. Pete, Florida. And guess what? I have that one sport performance sedan people are trying to track down. This is it. This is a 2023 Hyundai Elantra N. But before we get into this turbocharged, manual transmission equipped four-door car, let's talk about what's going on here. Hyundai, they really are doing the business in the auto industry with bringing a lot of change, changing a lot of people's minds and really upping the ante. Now, what they have done with not only this Elantra N, but the first vehicle here in the United States was the Veloster N, is bringing extra performance. A new sub-brand of this South Korean auto company called N Performance, that brings extra goodness, not only to the outside, not only underneath the hood, but wait until we get to the interior. Now, when it comes to this sport compact class, there's a lot of competition. The long-standing Honda Civic Si, Civic Type R, Volkswagen GTI, Volkswagen Golf R, Jetta GLI, the list goes on and on and on. What I want to do is I want to do something unique that I haven't done yet. I want to talk about the performance and the way that this car makes you feel, this Elantra N, and I want to compare it to a new kid on the block. That's going to be the Toyota GR Corolla. So let's go ahead, let's dive into our performance blue Elantra N and see which one is the better one to buy, especially for the money. Let's go ahead and find out. Right off the bat, the color. This is the signature color of the N Performance brand. It's called Performance Blue. Very unique color that definitely is going to stand out from the rest of the crowd. Up front, you'll see a whole different front fascia than your standard Elantra. Very sharp, angular headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED projector beam headlights, and of course, you have everything blacked out on the interior. The one zonk when it comes to lighting is going to be the non-LED turn signals. Still using the old-fashioned bulb. Working our way down, you do have functional corner air curtains. I like the way it's got the horizontal bars to clean up the air. One of the things I'm not loving is this guy right here. Why, oh why, do we have such a large area of fake vent? I wish they would have just kept it smooth. If you would have kept it smooth, I would have been fine with it. Or even better, how about figure out a way to put some LED fog lamps in there? I think it would help with the look and also help with the lighting, especially at night. Working your way down, you'll notice some red. The red signifies that this is an N Performance vehicle. So you got the red trim, love the way they extend down that front fascia, and then coming across the front end of this Elantra N, it's one of those looks that I think either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. I do like the way everything is functional. So you have this large open air functional grille, gonna flow tons of nice cool air for all the heat exchangers. We do have the N badge. This is part of that N Performance underneath Hyundai, and even the way that they work the flat black splitter with more functionality because we do have a large intercooler peeking from behind. I'm digging it with the red stripe. If you compare this to a GR Corolla, I think the GR Corolla has a little bit more angrier look to it, especially with its flared fenders, and definitely, I think, a more cleaner look overall. This one seems to be a little busy, but that's just me. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. Getting up onto the low slung hood, V formation with the body indentation. I wish they would have blacked out the Hyundai badge or put this somewhere else because it's just a little large and it seems to just be right in the way. But other than that, digging the lines towards the windshield. Now, as we come around the bend, of course, we're gonna get unique wheels and tires. Feast your eyes on the Elantra N wheels. This is a 19-inch wheel, machined aluminum with the satin black. You don't get any kind of Brembo brake caliper, and that's gonna be a zonk. They do a good job with making these sport calipers look good with the red finish and the N badge. Hyundai says this vehicle doesn't need Brembo brakes. I don't know about that. You do have a limited slip diff, and this is front wheel drive. And I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, why are we comparing this to an all-wheel drive vehicle? It's all about that price point. And we'll get more about pricing once we get to the interior. You do get some performance-oriented tires. These are those Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. And like I said, the limited slip diff is going to help us get the power to the ground. 245 on the width, 35 series sidewall all the way around. You can see when the sun comes out from behind the clouds, that performance blue does pop in the sun. Another thing that pops, check out the vortex generators on the side to clean up the airflow over the fender opening. Very nice touch. Now, as we come down the rest of the vehicle, you don't get a sunroof, so forget about that. I'm fine with it because it's actually going to stiffen up the structure. You do get gloss black on the mirror caps. With your turn signals, look at the way that they did the M badge. As we kind of zoom in, that N badge right on that lower bodywork there. And what's great about the side sill extension is that this whole piece is functional. So not only does it look good, but it also helps with the airflow, especially when you're on the racetrack. One of the things that some people can't get over besides the front of the Elantra N is just the Elantra N design with the way these triangles are. So let me know in the comment section, do you like geometry? Do you like all these triangular shapes and whatnot? The GR Corolla has, like I said, a little bit cleaner look all the way around. Working our way towards the rear, there is a large section of gloss black that I could do without, but you do get vortex generators to clean up the air over the rear of the car. And then coming around out back, you're getting a very unique, interesting trunk lid spoiler. As you can see, it's a pedestal style spoiler. This is a functional piece, and it is unique to the Elantra N. They did a great job on the taillights, except for that guy right there. You see the light bulb. I can see Thomas Edison in there flashing the light bulb on and off. Crazy. And then coming to the back, once again, would have been nice to have Elantra and the Hyundai badge in a nice blackout appearance, but we do have the M badge. That's worth an additional 5 horsepower. And then getting all the way down to Chinatown, we do have this nice rear diffuser area. I love the way they do that Formula One style. It's not a light, it's a reflector, but I like the way, I wish it did lit up. That would look really, really killer, but it reminds me of a Formula One rain light off of a race car, Formula One race car. And then you have the nice large exhaust, one exhaust pipe on each side, stainless steel / cut. Wait until you hear the sounds that come out of that thing. But since we're talking about exhaust, I'm getting a little exhausted. Why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what kind of power this Elantra N puts out. All right, guys, we got the hood popped open. You do have a prop rod, but guess what? The competition, they all have prop rods as well. Underneath the hood, tasteful engine cover. Of course, you got to have the name turbo on it because this is a turbocharged engine. The N badge, I'll have Steven show off that turbocharger by the firewall. What are we looking at? We're looking at a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4, putting out 276 horsepower, 289 pound-feet of torque. Now, yes, the GR Corolla does have all-wheel drive, and it does put out more horsepower, but the GR Corolla does weigh a little bit more than this vehicle. We have the 6-speed manual transmission. You could also get an 8-speed DCT with an actual trans-cooler. Remember, GR Corolla, you cannot get any automatic transmission. 0 to 60, if you know how to do the dance with the 6-speed manual, is going to be about 4.9 seconds. Top speed, 155 miles an hour. MPGs, 20 in the city, 30 on the highway. And like I said, decent looking engine compartment. But the real big news is get your towel ready because this is going to surprise you. We're going to fire it up and have a little bit of an eargasm. Let's go ahead and do it. All right, guys, we're inside this 2023 Elantra N. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I want one of these bad. and I gotta have it now. GR Corolla just isn't doing it for me. But of course, price is a big factor. How much is this Elantra N? So this one, the way that it's spec'd, has an MSRP of $34,000. That is less money than a GR Corolla. Let's see what you get to the door panels. So you are getting hard plastic up top, which I am gonna zonk, but underneath that hard plastic, you are getting nice microfiber suede material. Love the diagonal stripe design, and the speaker grille cover up top is semi-tasteful. The rest of it, pretty much straightforward. Hard Rubbermaid armrest, not my favorite. Door pocket is a little tight, so maybe one McDonald's cheeseburger and a small fry, that's about it. And you do have the Bose sound system. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, you do get softer material on the dash, which is kind of weird. Wish they would have put that on the doors. The big news is you're getting a 10.25-inch infotainment system screen, larger than the GR Corolla. As you can see, navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Let me show you my favorite feature. So we're gonna go into N mode. Boom, check it out. You actually could have your different race circuit displayed that you're on. It's got all your information, oil temp, engine temp, lap timer, the whole 9 yards, brake pressure, and throttle. So those are really nice touches. And then of course you could swipe, and then you could make your custom adjustments. And there's a G meter. Very, very nice, and launch control. So they got you covered there. Working your way down, dual climate, which is a nice thing to see. We got plenty of connectivity, USB-A's, 12-volt wireless charging, and a place for a racetrack Twinkie. This guy right here, this is where the magic happens. Nice 6-speed manual transmission. Love the M Performance shift knob. Crisp engagement, fairly short throws, and just a delight to road through. 2 cup holders, Rubbermaid e-brake. Not the e-brake itself, just the handle. It's like made out of some weird rubber plastic, but it is a mechanical e-brake, which is a nice touch. You got your 2 cup holders and the N branded key fob. Another little nice touch you got there. Semi-soft, and it is rubber, so I don't know. It would have been nice to have a little bit more microfiber suede material in here, but you open it up and you could easily put, I would say, a baker's dozen of Twinkies, racetrack Twinkies, and you're not gonna bust any cream all over this beautiful interior. That's the good news. Seats are even better. The blue stitching, the nice leather style material. Look at the way the M badge glows. It actually lights up at night, so you can see it as you're approaching the car. Blacked out chrome, nice bolstering. It is manual controls for both the passenger and the driver, but they look damn good. Other than that, no sunroof, like I said. Plenty of headroom to get your helmet on so you could do your track day or your autocross event. Coming over the business end, I want to show you behind this steering wheel in the Elantra N. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do get a little tiny aluminum sill plate, a little sliver of it, but it does have the N badge there. Pedal box, nice aluminum pedals, clutch, brake, throttle, and a nice sized dead pedal. And if you're wondering what's up with the carpet, they just flip it upside down so I don't get my dirty paws all over it. Manual seat controls, I'm okay with it because these seats are superb. Nice lateral grip, they feel comfy, and then on top of that, your hands get to hold on to this nice small diameter steering wheel, the performance blue stitching, the 2 different types of leather. You got your automatic rev match downshift, which you could turn on and off. You could either have the car do it for you, or you could heel toe downshift. You got your performance blue buttons for the N performance modes. It is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. The one zonk is this thing here. This is just dumb. Why do they even have this here? That's the Death Star. I call that the Hyundai Death Star. I'm zonking that. I'm not zonking the dash though. Nice digital gauge display. You go through your different modes. Look at how it changes. My favorite though, are you ready for it? Ba-bam! Look at that. Tack right in the center. Love all of the readouts. Very clear. And that really is a step above the GR Corolla's dash. Why don't we though get in the back seat and see if you're gonna be cramped riding along in this Elantra N. All right guys, backseat time. And that's the one thing that's great about these cars is that sharing is caring, and you could take along your friends and really give them one hell of a ride. You'll see on the backs of the seats, the one-piece sport back seats no pockets or anything. The bigger problem is, in the Zonk, is there's no connectivity. No USB, no 12 volt, no AC vents. They don't even give you two cans and a string to connect those two so you can talk to somebody. That to me is a big zonk. But there's lots of leg room back here. The only other problem is there's no center armrest. But besides that, I'm 6 feet tall and I got plenty of room. Let's go ahead and check out the trunk because I want to go on throttle. That's what those sirens mean. I want to go on throttle, so let's get to it. Time to get in the trunk. Now, yes, the GR Corolla is a hatchback, but this is going to blow your mind. Hit the button. Nice, wide opening, low cargo floor, and the best part is check out the N Performance bracing that they do to stiffen up the back of the vehicle. Love seeing that kind of engineering from the racetrack being brought to the road. The great news is you can still fold down the seat, so it doesn't stop you from folding down the seat. 14 cubic feet of space. Yes, maybe not as tall amount of room as a GR Corolla, but you could definitely get all your track day goodies back here so that you could make all your adjustments and then pack it all back up and ride on home. We're not going home, we're going on throttle. So if you're ready, I'm definitely ready. Let's go do it in this performance blue Elantra N. All right, guys, we left Crown Hyundai. We're in this 2023 Elantra N that's got the right option. What option is that? It's got the 6-speed manual transmission. Absolutely love the way the transmission just easily glides from gear to gear. The throws could be a little bit shorter, but other than that, nice crisp engagement. And you know what we're trying to talk about with this car is something that you really can't put on paper. You can't show it to me with a number or any other kind of statistic. It's about how a car makes you feel when you're driving it. And comparing this to the GR Corolla, it's pretty tough because the GR Corolla is pretty damn good, especially with the all-wheel drive. But I think this Elantra N is gonna surprise you. But if you're ready, I'm ready. First gear, slow roll, on throttle, here we go. Yeah! It's just the sounds and the way that you're connected. It feels so special in this car. The feedback is great. You got your N Performance screen on the infotainment system. That nice digital gauge display in the center. Look at this. Really grips well. It's gonna surprise you how much grip this front-wheel drive car does have. The automatic rev match downshift is so slick, makes you a pro within the push of a button. And then if you want to turn it off and do your own heel-toe downshifting, you could do that as well. And to be honest with you, the brakes, there's plenty of braking capability. If you haven't seen us drive this at Sears Point Raceway, I'll leave the link to that video at the end of this one. The brakes did a great job turning lap after lap. Would have been interesting to see if it was like a whole 30-minute track day session, but still pretty damn good. Seats hold you in nicely. You don't need a flat bottom steering wheel. When you are in N mode, full N mode, it does get a little bouncy with the suspension, but I think that's to be expected. And it kind of gives it that connected extra level feel, especially when you're going through the twisty bits. This car, like I said, doesn't have as much horsepower as a Type R or a GR Corolla, but what it lacks in horsepower, it definitely has in the fun factor. On throttle, here we go. On the brakes, downshift, look at this. Turn-in is very quick with this thing. Love the pops and the bangs. Here we go. Yeah. That's what I love about this car, is I just love it when you load up the suspension in a turn. she just holds all the way around. And then this freaking gearbox, I'm telling you, is a snap. If you're a first-time manual driver, this car will be plenty for you when it comes to power. But what's great about it is that it's got a good pickup point. The clutch is nice and light. The steering is so freaking direct. And I really, really love how you have a bunch of different illuminated shift lights that change color as you're going through the rev range. Really allows you to feel in tune with what's going on at all four corners. Visibility, not bad at all. I think the bad part is that the rear window shelf area is a little high, but other than that, it's really set up nicely in here. But the best part is that freaking exhaust. That is worth every dime. And I know that you can get a custom exhaust for any car to make it louder, but it's nice when it's right from the factory to get that proper tone and experience. With the GR Corolla, you're definitely gonna have to spend some money on exhaust to make it sound like this. That's for sure. But really just a joy to drive. Seats feel great. Hard throttle, here we go. Love those pops and bangs. Nice. Smooth on the downshift. Love the way it holds a line through these right-hand bends. Holds all the way to red line, which is great news. On those brakes, here we go. You can actually feel the front end working so well. And then you just power out of the corner. Superb, superb. Especially for the price. I mean, $34,000. I know it's not cheap nowadays, but you're getting a lot of car for the money. All right, guys, one more time for me. Definitely one more time for you. On throttle, here we go. Nice. You just feel so one with this car. Look at this. All the way around. Roll on that throttle. It's so true that it's so fun to drive a car with little horsepower. I mean, 276 is nothing to laugh about, but it's just so much fun. Carrying the speed, feeling good. Look at this. And it's not gonna break the bank, which is great. Absolutely phenomenal. And then it stops on a dime. Give everybody change. So hopefully this has been a nice overall review, trying to talk about driving fun, driving engagement, feeling connected. Let me know what you think in the comment section so far about what you would go with your money. But we're gonna get back to Crown Hyundai and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one heck of a day out here at Crown Hyundai. I definitely want to thank the whole team, Steven and the crew, getting us access to this 2023 Hyundai Elantra N 6-speed manual. What do you think? Does this evoke a better driving experience, a more fun driving experience, a more engaging driving experience over the GR Corolla? Let me know what you think in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rides family. We got to give it up to the other Steven Flood Photography. He says he's the better Steven. We'll find out. Let him know in the comment section how you feel about him and his camera work. Thank you, Steven, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.